Hello, people of All Saints and anyone else who might be logging into the All Saints website. I've decided to start doing some reflections from home, from the Vicarage, which are largely based upon blogs that I've been giving or writing. This particular one is the thoughts that I have on the value of self-worth, and particularly looking at it through the way in which we can enjoy films. You know, many of you, that I enjoy the cinema and watching films from home. And during this time of lockdown, we have opportunities, more opportunities perhaps than we would have before, of occasionally watching a film. And we also have in the news constantly the worries about people's mental health. And this blog is looking, or this reflection is looking at those two issues. On a Saturday evening over the last few weeks, I've enjoyed watching a film with Monica. I think she's allowing me to be indulgent because I enjoy losing myself within a film, whereas she probably prefers, not always, but possibly prefers Britain's Got Talent. The film we watched last weekend wasn't a great, but it did have a little humour and was in its way quite poignant. The film is called The Way, Way Back, with a young 14-year-old boy played by Liam James and his mother played by Toni Collette. And there's the unpleasant boyfriend, Trent, played by Steve Carell. The family go on vacation to the coast, and Duncan, the shy young teenager, is struggling with his life. He can't communicate very well and his confidence is very low. And it's not helped, you suspect, by the breakup in his parents' marriage. At one point he hears that his dad doesn't want him, heartbreaking to the young boy. And in another earlier conversation we hear his mother's boyfriend ask him, where is he on the scale of 1 to 10 in terms of self-worth and value? The man answers himself, maybe a 3. The film changes, however, when Owen, the manager of Waterwiz Water Attractions, played by Sam Rockwell, takes Duncan under his wing and gives him a job. All of a sudden, the boy's confidence starts to flourish and his self-worth and value comes alive. In a much better film, at least in my mind, and one which covers even more serious underlying problems, called Good Will Hunting, we discover a young genius played by Matt Damon who is helped by his psychiatrist, the late and wonderful Robin Williams. The film is one of my favourites. I've shared it with you a number of times at All Saints, and I still weep towards the end when Williams' character continues to say to Will over and over again, "It's not your fault. It's not your fault," when you see the physical abuse he has suffered in the past. In one of the best scenes of a brilliant film, the two characters meet at a park. Will has told his psychiatrist that he knows his life through the way that Robin Williams' character has painted a picture with apparent feelings of trauma, of the storms of life. Williams' character is angry. He's lost his much-loved wife to cancer. And in the scene that follows, he says to Will, if I asked you about art, you would tell me all about the works of Michelangelo and the Pope, but I bet you've never seen the Sistine Chapel. I could ask you about women that you love, and you tell me about the most beautiful women without knowing what it is to wake up next to someone who makes you feel happy. If I asked you about war, you'd give me Shakespeare, but you wouldn't know what it is to be in a war and to hold your best friend in your arms as you see him die. If I asked you, do you know what it is to lose your wife, the one you love and cared for, you would not understand. You're an orphan, I believe. So do you think that I know what it is to be an orphan because I read Oliver Twist? The film unfolds and slowly Williams' character enables the troubled genius to live life finding love, the young lady that he has found in his life, he now has the confidence to go and seek her without the worry of being hurt. He can go on and achieve in his life. He will, of course, in his life suffer loss and suffering, but he'll be doing it nonetheless, because that's what we have to do. We have to live our lives. We have to experience life, not try to hide from it. One of the most serious issues facing modern life, even before this virus took hold of us, is our mental health. Most worryingly is the health, the self-worth, and the value of young people. Let us hope that we move forward through this crisis, and through doing that we will encourage young people to experience life and to encourage them to know that they are valued and loved. There are promising signs of encouragement, that there is a growing sense of community. And I've heard quite a number of families tell me we're enjoying the time to spend together. Perhaps we will learn some important lessons from these difficult periods we're going through, of spending quality time with one another, enabling us to feel valued with things to contribute to the world. Thank you.